Hey guys, it's Alex, and today we have something that I'm excited about. It is a car that basically 99% of the people out there are going to own. Okay, you can, drool over Whipple builds, Paxton builds, Vortec builds, ProCharger builds, but 99% of the people out there are going to roll out like this. They're going to roll out with a car that looks really good, has a nice set of wheels, and has very basic modifications. This car is a 2018 Orange Fury manual Mustang with a PMOS cold air intake, and it's getting a 93 performance tune and an E85 tune on these cars with the stock manifold. Actually, that's kind of all you can do on these cars unless you get a Cobra Jet or something like that. You can get away with the stock injector. Now this guy is basically, it's already tuned by Lund Racing, but what they did was they installed a freer flowing exhaust, PMOS cold air intake, and just some basic visual mods. It has a set of Eibach Sportline, I think they're Sportline springs, and these beautiful, I love these wheels. They're the Project 6G or 6GR, whoever. Basically they're GT350R repops on some Sportline drop springs, and this car, sorry about the zoom, this car is pretty darn perfect. So it's one of those builds that 99% of you are going to go this route, and this is what I'm talking about. You can do high-end builds all day, but at the end of the day you got to kind of support what the people do, and the vast majority of people are going to be rolling out like this. Gosh, this car is pretty. Perfect stance, perfect wheels, has a set of Corsa Sports, but because he now has a freer flowing exhaust, we're going to see how she sounds. So we're going to baseline it on a 93, and then we're going to throw the E85 tune in it, put E85 gasoline in it, and see how much it picks up on a manual. I am predicting somewhere in the mid 400s if it gets real happy, close to 460, which is Cobra Jet numbers for 11 to 14 guys, but we'll see how she ends up. So we're going to put a tune on it. I'll be right back. We'll get some sound clips and everything, and then we'll see what it makes on the dyno. Remember, fourth gear on these guys. Alright, so basically he does an idle, and then he does a step log, so 1500, 2500, 3500, 4500, then a slow rev sweep, and now we're going to do a wide open throttle pull. 355's fourth gear, so it's going to So my phone got too hot on the last run, and I think it made like 425 or something on pump gas. So we'll see what it makes on E85. Pump gas in Florida. Yes. 455. 448. What? 448. Yeah, I wonder if it's. I remember I had a guy in Puerto Rico doing the same thing, and the more he ran it, the better it got. And you've been running this bitch for a while, so it's probably hot as fuck.
Yep. That's for sure.
Put a paint on it, bitch.
Okay, bitch.
People ask me all the time, what is the ABS pigtail that you keep talking about, Alex? Well, when you're at the track or anything like that, you go by the cold air intake. This is a 2018 Mustang, but it same applies to 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 Mustangs. You go to the firewall, you disconnect this guy right here, all right? You unplug it. Once you unplug that, it disables everything on earth. It's all gone. All your lights are gonna blink. So if you're gonna go to the track, instead of turning advanced track off or putting it in track mode or any of that BS, disconnect this guy. That does it all for you. What the heck am I looking at?
454.
So from 448, so pump gas 424, yep. Initial E85 448, now 454, 410 torque. You made 2,000 torque on the previous pull. How'd you do that?
Well, there's this button on here for mode.
All right, so what I would do is send that log to Brandon, see what he thinks, and then we'll party.
454 SS.
Yeah, that's pretty good, dude. Yeah. I mean, NA 454 E85, free-flowing exhaust, and a PMAS. Yeah, that's PMAS cold air intake. That's basically Cobra Jet 11 to 14 numbers when you really look at it that way. So we'll see if Brandon wants to revise it or if he thinks it's good to go because it's hot. It might run better on a better day, but we'll see how it goes. And if he wants to revise it, we'll come back to the dyno. So I couldn't get the end of it, but the car ended up making 458 real horsepower on the E85. The 85 was right around the E70 range, not really E85 because it still had some pump gas in the tank once they did the switch over, but you can expect pretty darn close to 470. I've seen some cars make 460. I've seen some cars make 470 on that same tune with those modifications. So that's pretty darn stout because you needed a Cobra Jet and cams back in the day to get that kind of number on an 11 to 14. Not really easy to make 500 real horsepower on that. I know some of you guys are gonna say, oh, I saw this car on the internet and it made 500 wheel. Oh, you guys suck. Whatever, race it and then we'll talk. It's just silly out there. The dyno numbers, again, it's just a tool. I'm not really gonna hang my hat on dyno numbers. So next up is my car. I'll get it back tomorrow or the day after. Get it up there on pump gas, get it up there on a tune, get it up there on E85 and a flex tune and see what it makes through stock stuff. Because most of you guys are gonna stay stock for a long ass time. I'm not even gonna throw cold air on this car. I wanna see what it does stock, tuned, flex, and E85, get it up on this dyno so we can have a consistent, comparison back to back. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll talk to you later.